talked to a number of them. They're here for all the same purpose, to have their voices heard. Now, the messages might be mixed, and this has been one of the suggestions that there isn't a conclusive message coming from the village. But I think the underlining is very evident that people are PO'd with the big business community and the big banking community worldwide, and it should be evident from what's going on that people are suffering around the world because of that, and people are nervous about their future, about what their family, what these young people are going to be facing in the upcoming years. There's a huge amount of uncertainty. So, from if that's the underlying message, and I think we should really be considering that that's the underlying message and giving that due concern and having some kind of voicing on that rather than just simply saying that this is a protest station that should be shut down.
William Lyon
Could I?
Mackenzie had it right.
On which way?
Money.
Well,
Usually recognition.
I don't want to say that I agree with even the majority because the protestation is a mixed. I was in the one in Edmonton and I could see that there's a number of different factions. But the underlining and overarching concern is that of where are we going in the future for our young people and where are we going and why do we have these concerns? We have these concerns because of the unsettling facts of what big business has been accomplishing and done. We all know the terrible scenario of the housing market in the United States. We all know of the mass demonstrations in Greece. We all know of the unsettling circumstances in European Union, and with the world economy hinging and trying to balance on these unknowns, it's understandable that many of our Canadian youth are wondering themselves, what's my future? Where am
Peter,
I going to?
Peter, if we asked you one question, and that question would be, if we asked all Canadians, are you concerned about the future of your young? What answer do you think they'd give?
I would have to agree.
They'd say yes?
It's an entirely different world than when I was young.
Do you think that most are
Oh,
fearful?
absolutely. When I was young, I can remember when I was in my 20s and leaving the military and looking for a job. There was a lineup at the unemployment. Rather than stand in that lineup, I went and looked at a job, and I got a job within a day.
Yeah.
That's not possible now.
No, it
That's not
isn't.
possible at all.
And then we
So
have the
entirely different.
environmental issues, we've got the climate
Environmental.
change, we've got all these issues. So, the Occupy movement is really sending a nice warning to all of us, and we all agree that our children's future are at great risk, and we sort of really have to stand behind them. Would you ask Mayor Ford to be kind of
Well,
a little more considerate?
I'm not in the direct communication link
Well,
with the mayor, uh, but I am in Ottawa, and I certainly will be relaying this to my colleagues in Ottawa that there's more behind this
yeah.
than just the tents in the park.
And get rid of
There's
that
human beings,
misconception that
and
it's
absolutely.
everybody, it's all our young people. And the homeless and that have come over because they're treated so well.
Well, and I'll also remind them that I was in Ukraine during the Orange Revolution for the entire 10 days when the military surrounded the city. And had the military, let's read police, moved
Yeah.
in, it would not have sent that wonderful message to the world of peaceful demonstration that had a resolve.
And this occupation movement has had no violence. The only violence has been
That's
from the authorities.
that's what I'm seeing here today
Yep.
is a peaceful assembly, and I look at those tents and I'm seeing the tents in Kiev when I was there during the Orange Revolution.
So
Same,
maybe
same peaceful
maybe our
tension.
city council will get it.
Well, let's hope.
Could I could I take you one other spot, and then, because you've got to go very
Yeah,
shortly,
yeah,
right?
I do.
I'd love
I
to
do.
ask you a
Okay,
couple
guys.
quick questions.
He's
Sure.
got to go with this. I gotta,
Well,
Could I ask
Okay,
you,
shoot.
what do you think that we could do about getting our message out more clearly, increasing the activity that we're doing, but not having to sleep here in the park? Any suggestions? Because I know a lot of people want us out of the park, but a lot of people really appreciate what we're doing and want to see it keep
I
going.
think what I'm doing, encourage other members of parliament and MPPs to visit with you here and talk to you.
Very
And
key
take that
point.
back to the legislation here and take it back to Ottawa.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And could I get your name and ranks, please, or position, please? For the
Peter
camera?
Goldring. I was a leading aircraftsman in the Royal Canadian Air Force, which
Yeah.
is one of the lowest ranks you can possibly be, but a member of
Still
Parliament
honorable.
for Edmonton East. And I'm on the Foreign Affairs Committee, so I'm very adverse and do a lot of election monitoring, so I'm very adverse to what happens and difficulties in other countries as well as here too.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yep, strongly
Appreciate
encourage
it.
you guys.